Up until this week, it had been nearly 400 rides since I'd received my last surge fare. Over 2 months without receiving a single surge fare. And in my 7 years of driving Uber, this has never happened. I've never seen a drought like this. So what the hell is going on? And here are the screenshots of those 2 surge fares. Again, you can see the gap between the 2 was 2.5 months. And the surge ride that I did give this week was from the airport. And I have seen from looking at the driver app that the airport has been surging. It's been surging quite a bit actually, but I haven't seen surge in any of the other areas in the metro. I haven't given any surge rides in those areas. I drive Mondays and Tuesdays in Minneapolis and St. Paul. Typically not great days for surge, but you will see surge fares occasionally. And this surge drought is in stark contrast to what I was seeing in September and October. I was getting great surge fares. It was the best surge environment that I had seen in my 7 years of driving for Uber. We even posted a video about my experience. Now the main difference between September and October and November and December is in September and October, bars and restaurants and stuff were open. People were wanting to get out of the house. They were wanting to go out. There was a lot of demand, and I still feel like a lot of drivers hadn't come back to rideshare driving yet, so the supply wasn't there yet. So if you have a lot of demand with not enough supply, that creates the surge environment. But in November, here in Minneapolis and St. Paul, we closed down bars and restaurants because of the pandemic. I knew that demand would go down. I knew there wouldn't be as much surge, but I did not think there would be literally no surge at all. Now, it really didn't occur to me that I hadn't given a surge ride in a few months until a couple of weeks ago. It was a Monday where I kept receiving requests from 10 plus miles away and declining them immediately. And I was in the metro area. I wasn't on the outskirts of the suburbs where you can expect those faraway requests. Now, a couple weeks ago, bars and restaurants still weren't open here in Minneapolis and St. Paul. Since then, about a week ago, we did open bars and restaurants back up. And the requests are crazy. They're still coming from 10 plus miles away. They're constant, but there's no surge. There's no surge attached to these rides besides rides at the airport. My acceptance rate, which for my 7 years of driving for Uber and Lyft, I'd say overall, it's probably around 85 to 90%. It's way down to 50% on Uber right now. Again, I don't know what Uber is doing. Again, the surge environment in September and October was great. It incentivized drivers to accept further away requests, to actually get out and drive. But how do you avoid an environment like we're seeing where I'm constantly getting bombarded with requests from way far away? You incentivize drivers. You create a healthy surge environment like you did back in September and October. I don't know what's going on, if they're playing with the algorithm, if what happened in September and October really hurt their business and they lost a lot of riders because the surge environment was so healthy and the fares were so expensive. But they've gone in the completely opposite direction from what I've seen, and that's not good for drivers. So what does Uber need to do? They need to play with the algorithm. They need to do whatever they can do to try and create that same surge environment that was back in September and October. You have to incentivize drivers to first drive, to come out and drive. If you're going to be constantly bombarded with requests from far away and they're not going to be surge fares, there is no incentive to accept those rides. And I should mention what has really helped financially are the Quest bonuses that Uber has been offering for about the last month and change. Typically, they've been offering me 40 ride quests for a bonus of $80, which is about $2 per ride. So maybe they're offering better Quest bonuses to offset the fact that they have tamed the surge environment. But it still is really annoying to be in a metro area and to get constantly bombarded with requests from 10 plus miles away. And how do you eliminate this environment? You have to bring more drivers on the road. You have to incentivize them to come out and drive. You have to give them surge fares. But what about all of you? Have you experienced the same surge drought? Leave a comment below and let us know. Thanks again for watching. Please like, comment, or subscribe, and drive safe.